God did not invite every other person in your life when He was giving you the instruction. So how do you now expect people who were not invited to the group meeting, who were not invited to the event, to not feel a certain way when they start seeing you moving different? Help me ask now. Help me check it. So it's going to irk people. It's going to make them feel like, who do you think you are? Not everybody's going to understand your decisions, especially when you're trying to align with God's will. Honestly, why should they? You tell me. When God gives a vision, He doesn't always send a group invite. So hi friend, in this video, I want to give you the permission to be okay with people thinking that you are the bad guy. It's fine. Especially when you're not intentionally doing anything to someone that is bad. You are just making personal decisions that people perceive like you're doing something wrong to them. And how to kill people pleasing, waiting for validation, complex and attitude, and finally being free to move and walk in your purpose or your destiny. If that's what you're interested in, you're welcome. The first reason why you should be okay with looking like the bad guy is because, and simply, it was not a conference call. It was a personal call to you from God, personal instruction to you from God. It was a direct interaction between you and God. Nobody else knows the details. God did not invite every other person in your life when He was giving you the instruction. So how do you now expect people who were not invited to the group meeting, who were not invited to the event, to not feel a certain way when they start seeing you moving different? Help me ask now. Help me check it. They will feel a certain way. First of all, because they don't know anything about what God has told you. Added to this, it's not an instruction that He gives you and just lands everything on you. He will be exposing in parts. He will be releasing you into it as you obey. So you don't even have the full picture. So guess what? That's why some of your movement look confusing to them, because even you don't have it all figured out. You're just trying to obey on a daily. How are they supposed to understand it when you are still figuring it out with God? And because of this figuring it out with Him daily, you no longer resonate with some things that they knew you to resonate with. You no longer feel at ease or at peace with certain people, because as you are bumping up in obedience and He's exposing you to, another direction of where He's calling you, you're being transformed. He's renewing your taste buds. So it's not the same again. With your desire, with your interest, with the people around you, everything is just trying to align to take you to that person that He has called you to be. So it's going to irk people. It's going to make them feel like, who do you think you are? So recently I've had to take up 2 responsibilities that I was led to go ahead with. I was given permission to go ahead with. That's getting my puppy and starting this challenge on my YouTube. It's taking so much from me. In fact, I see it in this way. It's led me into another phase of my life, which is a commitment and dedication phase. I feel like I have a toddler, or not a toddler, not even up to a toddler. I feel like I have a baby. And with this baby comes the responsibility and the care and the attention that I need to give her. At the same time, juggling it with showing up every day for you, for myself on my channel. So I've had to commit when I don't feel like committing. I've had to be dedicated when I don't feel like being dedicated. And I've felt some days like I don't even have that time and opportunity to have the little mutual communication and just relationships that I had with people close to me. So I can remember when last I had a long conversation with some of my sisters, because where's the time? And so that bad guy finger has been coming up in my head. Like, are you sure you don't look like the bad guy? Because it will come. You would feel it. If no one is telling you, you will either perceive it or you start to feel it, because it's a change. It's an adjustment. So you would feel it. But I'm thankful also that God has walked my relationships up in a way that I'm in a safer space by God's grace. Where recently I had a moment where I was apologizing, like, sorry, I've not had time. And one of my friends was like, Jazz, I see you. I see that you've taken up so much responsibility right now. Even if I don't get a response from you, it's fine. In fact, I should be checking up on you. Like, I know you would respond on a normal. So, like, I don't have any problem. Well done. This is the case where you've allowed God to work with you and in your relationships to the extent that you are in a place where there is understanding or a willingness for that understanding. But where there is no willingness for that understanding, you will look like the bad guy. Not everybody is going to give you that benefit of doubt or be willing to give you that benefit of doubt. Not everybody is going to be patient enough to understand or to observe. Truly, a lot of times, some of them don't actually care. That's the sad truth. Or it just hits you more and more that that's the space that God needs you out of. It's not your own. So in this case, how do you kill the desire to want to be understood and be okay with being the bad guy? First of all, when the instruction comes, or when you feel that move of God, or when you feel that directive of God, hand it back to Him. Pray about this decision. Pray about this new step. And then daily ask Him for His help. Because if Jesus Christ could say, can this cup pass? If He could, in man, in flesh, feel the fear of what was to come and actually not mind not going through it, but submitting His will to God's will, overcoming it, then who are you or who am I? Commit the process to God as you receive it. Surrender daily. Tell Him you can't do it without Him. That would now give you the peace. He's the one that gives peace that passeth all understanding. No matter what you are seeing, no matter what you're perceiving, no matter how it feels like, you just realize that you have peace about going on with your business. No matter what you hear people are saying, you will just have that peace. Let me make this very clear. You are not doing anything wrong by taking charge of your life or by making decisions that align with the direction God is taking you. You can never be doing anything wrong by making healthy decisions. You can never be doing anything wrong by taking ownership of your life and by walking in a certain way that confuses others. You can never be doing anything wrong. Please, I need you to know that first of all. Anybody that has gone on a journey to being better for themselves will get it. But they are willing to be patient enough to give you that grace, then fine. But if they are not willing to give you that grace, please know that you are not doing anything wrong and keep moving. If they don't get it, it's not your job to help them understand it. In fact, it's a heavy sign that they are not supposed to be on that journey with you. Can two work together except they agree? Not at all. The other way that you can be okay is by staying focused. Don't get distracted. Let me help you see this thing. If you allow the enemy to make you entertain fear, to make you entertain worry, make you wary at a bit of unpleasantness here and there, he would take it and run with it. If you lose that focus, you will hear the judgment loud. So you need to do and move. Permit yourself inspiration from the Word of God first, and then from people who have also conquered on their own journey. When you are ready, you find them. That's how you can move and not be bothered about whether people think you're the bad guy or not. I'm currently in a place where I'm adjusting my algorithm, and that looks like unfollowing and following. Unfollowing people that they don't necessarily align with what I am looking for or where my head is at, or they don't have a presence in my space. And these are people that I care about. So I already know that it's not that I don't care about them. It's just that I need my algorithm to understand what I am doing, where I am at the moment, and then send me out to my ideal audience that are looking for my content. Because the people following you and the people you follow affect your algorithm. What they tend to click on or what they like, there's a way the algorithm works. It thinks that, oh, we're all together. Because, I mean, if you comment here and there, it starts, oh, these people are together, and starts bringing different kinds of things. I've been doing that for a while, but I want even more laser focus. I'm making decisions that are going to look like my mind a certain way about people, but it has nothing to do with them. I'm just really about growing on this journey. I'm being focused, and I'm trusting God that the people that I've had to let go of on my social media space would be patient enough to see that, okay, it's not personal. But if they are not patient enough to see that it's not personal, I don't have any explaining to give. Be okay with looking like the bad guy, because there's work to be done. So maybe the question is, do you know the season that you're in? If you do know the season that you're in, it would affect how you show up for that season and the decisions you make in that season. I want to leave you with that. But if this video did anything for you positively, please let me know in the comment section. Give it a thumbs up. It's effort here. It's actual effort here. But it's effort that I want to and I love to give. So please just show some appreciation by giving a thumbs up, sharing to someone you believe would find this valuable, and welcome yourself home by subscribing. Love and light. Mwah.